So what's the title?
Safe and cozy.
Okay. What do people build?
People build houses.
Right. And what do people use to build houses?
They use their hands, they use machines, they build their houses out of brick, wood, stone, and glass.
Right. People use, 사용한다는 거야. 그거는 어떤 걸 사용해가지고 집을 만드냐 이거야. So what do people use to build houses?
They use their hands, they use machines.
Right, they use their hands and machines. Right? And what do people build their houses out of? 이건 재료를 말하는 거야.
They build their houses out of brick, wood, stone, and glass.
Exactly. And what do people do when the house is finished?
When the house is finished, the people live inside.
And how do the people feel?
They feel safe and cozy.
What do animals use to build their houses?
They use their beaks, claws, paws, and noses.
Right. And what do animals build their houses out of?
They build their houses out of things like grass, leaves, twigs, earth, and even spit.
Right. The next page. What is a bird's house called?
A birdhouse is called a nest.
What do most birds build their houses out of?
Most birds build their nest out of twigs and glass, but there are many kinds of bird nests.
And what do swallows build their houses out of?
Swallows build their nest out of mud and spit.
Right. What do ovenbirds build round nest out of?
Ovenbirds build round nests out of clay.
Right. So, out of 이런 표현이 굉장히 많이 나왔지? 그건 재료를 물어보는 거야. Why are they called ovenbirds?
Because their nests look like old-fashioned ovens.
Right. Why do ovenbirds' nests have roots?
Their nests have roofs so that they can protect their babies from other animals.
Okay, next page. Where do beavers build their houses?
They build their houses underwater. Yet
Right. And how do beavers cut down trees?
they cut down trees with their sharp front teeth and roll the trees down to a river.
Alright, next page. How do beavers make a floor? How do they make a floor?
Beavers pile up twigs and mud in the pond until they have made a floor.
How does the beaver get into the house?
The beaver gets into its house by swimming underwater.
Right, next page. What do chipmunks use to dig long, deep tunnels?
They use their strong front paws to dig long, deep tunnels.
Right. What do chipmunks store in one room?
They store their food in one.
So what do chipmunks store in one room?
Other rooms are bedrooms. They even have a bathroom.
그러니까 in one room에는 어떤 거? What do chipmunks store?
They store their food in one room.
Right. And what are the other rooms?
Other rooms are bedrooms. They even have bedrooms.
Right. What are the openings in the chipmunk apartment handy for?
A chipmunk apartment has two openings that are handy for quick getaways.
Right. Okay, next page. Where does the house mouse build his house?
The house mouse build his house inside people's houses.
Where might a house mice curl up?
This is if it does not feel like doing all the work, it might just curl up in your sleeper.
Right, in your slipper. And what does the house mouse use its sharp little teeth for?
The house mouse uses its sharp ability to tear the pieces of cloth, yarn, or even or sucks to build its nest in a dark, quiet place.
And what does the harvest mouse weave its nest out of?
The harvest mouse weaves its nest out of grasses.
Where does the nest hang?
The nest hangs on a tree branch.
Okay, next page. Where do honeybees often build their houses?
Honeybees often build their houses in hollow trees.
What does the queen bee lay in each box? What does it lay in each box?
The queen bee lays one egg in each box.
Right, next page. What are most ant cities made of?
Most ant cities are made of earth.
Right. What do ants use to push and carry the earth?
Ants use their jaws and front legs to push and carry the earth bit by bit.
And why does the queen ant stay in her room?
She stays inside her room and lays eggs.
Right.
People build houses, they use their hands, they use machines. They build their houses out of brick, wood, stone, and glass. When the house is finished, the people live inside there. They feel safe and cozy. Animals build houses too. They use their beaks, claws, paws, and noses. They build their houses out of things like grass, leaves, twigs, earth, and even spit. When their houses are finished, the animals live inside there. They feel safe and cozy. Birds. A bird's house is called a nest. Most birds build their nest out of twigs and grass, but there are many kinds of birds' nests. Swallows build their nest out of mud and spit. Ovenbirds build around the nest out of clay. They are called ovenbirds because their nests look like old-fashioned oven. Unlike most birds, ovenbirds build their nests on the ground. Their nests have roofs so that they can protect their babies from other animals. What a safe home. Beavers build houses too. They build their houses underwater, yet their houses stay dry inside. They cut down trees with their houses stay dry inside. They cut down trees with their sharp front teeth and roll the trees down to a river. They lay the trees across the water and add the twigs, mud, and stones until the water in the river moves slowly. Now they have a still pond to build their house in. Beavers pile up twigs and mud in the pond until they have made the floor. They add more twigs to make the walls. When the house is finished, it pointed up sticks up out of the water. Where's the front door, though? It's under the water. The beaver gets into its house by swimming underwater. Chipmunks build apartments underground. They use their strong front paws to dig long, deep tunnels. From there, they dig out the rooms. They store their food in one room. Other rooms are bedrooms. They even have bedrooms. A chipmunk apartment has two openings that are handy for quick getaways. At night and all winter long, chipmunks curl up together in their apartment deep underground. Mice. The house mouse build its house inside people's houses. The house mouse uses its sharp ability to tear the pieces of cloth, yarn, or even old socks to build its nest in a dark, quiet place. This is its house. If it does not feel like doing all that work, it might just curl up in your sleeper. The harvest mouse weaves its nest out of grasses. The nest hangs on a tree branch. It looks like a round ball with a hole in its side for a front door. When these mice have finished building their nest, they go inside and give birth to tiny baby mice inside the nest. The mouse family is warm and comfy. Honeybees often build their houses in hollow trees. Their houses are called hives. They build their hives out of wax like the wax in a candle. The wax comes from the honeybees' bodies. They use their legs to shape the wax into flat seeds. Then they build many little wax boxes on the seeds where each box has 6 sides. The boxes fit together like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Some of the boxes hold honey, some hold food for the bees. Most of the boxes offer bee eggs. The queen bee lays 1 egg in each box. The bee eggs wait in their tiny rooms until it is time to hatch. Ants. Ants are the best builders in the animal world. Thousands of ants work together to build huge cities. Most ant cities are made of earth. Ants use their tails and 4 legs to push and carry the earth bit by bit. Ant cities can be as tall as a grown man, but some kinds of ants build their cities underground. Ant cities have many tunnels and many rooms. There are rooms for ants' eggs, rooms where ants are born, rooms for storing food, rooms for dead ants, and always a room for the queen ant. She stays inside her room and lays eggs. Octopuses live in cracks between ocean rocks or in holes in the ocean floor. Their homes are cold dens. The mother octopus lays her eggs in the den and watches over them. She does not want a shark or a near to find the eggs and eat them, so she uses her 8 strong arms with their many suckers to collect shells, stones, cork, glass, bottle caps, or whatever she can find on the ocean floor. She piles all this stuff up to build a wall around her. Then she hands her thousands of eggs are hidden behind them. Just like people, animals build many different kinds of houses. We are like to have some place to go where we can feel safe and cozy.